Hello everybody, it's me, Nate, aka Double Dog, and I'm back with a complete walkthrough for the Qitana Ravel. It's the new level 75 dungeon in the Shadowbringers main scenario storyline, and this dungeon will drop level 406 gear. Now, right from the start, most of your trash mobs are standard, but this one does throw a nice twist of some of the mobs that you have to fight early on have a specific mechanic you'll have to pay close attention to in order to get through it. Now, as you're fighting these guys known as Ronkan Dreamers, they will cast this move known as Wrath of the Ronka. And in these arenas, you'll see that there are walls strategically placed. And what you'll want to do is just stand behind the wall and avoid whatever side statues' eyes that are lit up and getting ready to blast you. It's pretty simple once you see it the first couple times. It's not that difficult. Like you see here, you'll see which side that he's actually lighting up the statues. Just stand on a certain wall and you'll be fine. You'll be able to get through these guys and on to the next batch of trash mobs. Now, most of the other trash in these dungeons aren't really special. Nothing really to worry about, just your standard issue trash mobs. You can do big pulls like we did here. Just watch out for their line AoEs and their frontal attacks. Other than that, these guys really won't give you any problems. Just make sure to heal through them, DPS, check them down, and get on to your first boss. Alright, your first boss is against Lazatol, Lozenge, whatever its name is. This guy has a good amount of different mechanics, and once you know and understand them, you should have no problem in fighting through them. First of all, Stone Fist is your standard issue tank buster, so nothing to really have to deal with there. He'll do a move known as Sun Toss, which will be a circular AoE that he will place on a random player. You just want to move away and place it somewhere else, that way to avoid having anyone get hurt. Nothing really special there. Now, one of his main moves is known as Lozadal Scorn, and the statues on the sides of this arena will start to glow, and eventually they will blast that whole side with a half-room side AoE blast. So when you pay close attention to what statue is glowing, get on the opposite side of the arena to avoid getting hit by this move. It's pretty bad. Now, the next move he'll do is known as Heat Up, where half the boss will start to glow. And after a certain amount of time, he will do a move that is called Lozol's Fury, where the side of him that's glowing, he will kind of turn randomly to a location, so you'll have to be quick about moving, and then he will do a sidewise 180-degree conal blast AoE on the side of him that's glowing. So you got to be careful and quick about being able to move when he does this move, and he will combine this Heat Up Lozol's Fury with the dang Lozadal Scorn. So it can make it kind of difficult to find a safe area in the arena to stand without being hit by his 180-degree conal blast and also the half-room blast from the statue. But other than that, that is really the only main mechanics with this guy, as long as you just deal with Stone Fist, which is your standard issue tank buster, Sun Toss, where he places a circular AoE on a random player, Lozadal Scorn, where one of the statues will glow and blast a half-room wide AoE blast, Heat Up, where he'll start glowing, and followed by Lozol's Fury, where he will turn randomly and then do a 180-degree conal blast on the side of him that's glowing. Those are only the mechanics you have to deal with this boss, and you should be able to burn him down fairly quickly and get onto your next pack of trash mobs. Now, the next set of trash mobs before the second boss really have no new mechanics that you have to worry about. There's standard issue mobs here. You just pull them all together. You can get a big pack of them and burn them all down. Some of them do some little frontal conal AoE blasts, but nothing that you're not used to with normal standard trash mobs. Just burn these guys down and you'll be on to your second boss already. Alright, your second boss of this dungeon is against Bat Squatch. Not a Bat Squatch. This guy generally has only like 3 to 4 different mechanics, and none of them are really all that difficult to really figure out. First of all is Ripper Fang, which is your standard issue tank buster. The next move he'll do is known as Sound Wave, which is a room-wide, unavoidable AoE. Just heal through it and you'll be fine. Now, his main mechanic in this battle has to be Subsonics. He'll start slamming the ground repeatedly like 12 times, causing small little AoEs to appear beneath you and stalactites to fall from the ceiling. Avoid the stalactites and the AoEs, but during this he will drop 2 giant stalactites that will stick into the ground. Now pay close attention to the shadows that are on the bottom of these stalactites, because generally after he finishes subsonics, he'll do another version of Soundwave, and it will cause these giant stalactites to fall over and crush you. Just watch where the shadow is on the stalactites, and that is the direction in which they will fall. Other than that, that is really the only mechanics with this boss. And as you progress, he will add a 3rd stalactite when he does subsonics. But other than that, that's all you have to deal with is Ripper Fang, which is a standard issue tank buster, Soundwave, which is a room-wide unavoidable AoE, and subsonics, where he pounds the ground 12 times in a row, dropping stalactites and giant stalactites that you will have to avoid as they fall. Other than that, that's the only mechanics, and you'll be able to beat Sasquatch and beyond to your 3rd and final pack of trash mobs. Once again, this 3rd group of trash mobs that you will have to fight before the final boss are really nothing special. They hit a little bit hard, but nothing as long as the healer isn't up on doing his job that you'll be fine. Watch out for their AoEs they place around you. Basically, your standard issue monsters that you fight as you go through. You'll be able to beat these guys down, no problem, be on to your final boss of this level 75 dungeon. Alright, the final boss is against Euros, whatever he's called. This guy has a lot of mechanics you'll have to pay attention to, but nothing earth-shatteringly difficult. First of all, his move we'll start off with is known as Rend. That will be your standard issue tank buster. Nothing really to worry about there, just have him heal through it and you'll be fine. Then he'll do a move known as Hound of Heaven, where he will connect a tether to a player. This player should move far away from the boss until this tether turns from red to purple. That means you'll take a lot less damage. He will then rush to that player's location and hit them for an attack. As long as the person who is tethered moves away from the other characters and far away from the boss, it's not that bad of a move. Now his next move is known as Glosslovia. This is an arena-wide AoE you cannot avoid, you'll just have to heal through it. Next up will be a move known as Viper Poison. He will drop 5 giant pools of poison on the floor that will stay there for a very long time. Avoid the poison because he will follow this move by something known as Inhale. Inhale is just like what you think. He will suck all the players to him. Now be careful when he's doing Inhale. Try to place yourself on an area so when you get sucked toward the boss, it will not pull you through the poison puddles. If you do, you will get poisoned. Now after he inhales you, he will do a move immediately followed called Heaving Breath. This is a knockback that will knock you all the way back across the arena. Once he sucks you in with Inhale, place yourself to where if once you get knocked back once again, it will knock you back through an area that does not have the poison puddles. Normally there's a path or two, so as long as you look real quick and place your character in the right spot, you can get knocked back without hitting any of the poison puddles. You can alleviate the knockback effect with one of your moves as well, but it's just easier just to find an open area and skate on through past the poison. Now, his next move has 2 variations of it. It's called Confession of Faith, where the boss will go to an either end of the arena and start charging up a frontal AoE cone blast, while 2 players will get marked with circle AoEs underneath. Those players should try to place the AoEs on the outside of the arena to avoid the frontal blast and also make it to where players have someplace safe they can stand to avoid both the AoE circles and his frontal blast. Now, his other modified version of this is nothing more than a standard issue stack mechanic. You'll see the stack mechanic icon appear above your head as the patent pending yellow arrow. Stack on him, to slightly away from the front of him. That way you can alleviate the damage and not take his frontal blast. Other than that, that is all the mechanics of this final boss battle. You have Rend, which is your standard issue tank buster, just heal through it. Hound of Heaven, where he will hook a tether to a player, move that player away until the tether turns purple and away from other players, so when he does the frontal charge, he won't hit anyone. Glosslovia is an arena-wide AoE, just heal through it, you can't avoid it. Viper Poison, watch out for when he drops 5 pools of poison on the floor. He will follow that by sucking you towards him with the move Inhale, followed by heaving breath that knocks you back. So make sure to place your character when you get sucked towards and blown back to where you do not cross these poison puddles. And of course, the modified version of Confession of Faith, where he'll go to an end of the arena and do a frontal blast, while two players have either AoE circles on them, or one player will have a stack mechanic. As long as you pay close attention to his moves, you should have no problem in beating Eros, whatever it is, and beating this level 75 dungeon. This was Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I want to thank each and every one of you for watching these videos. Please hit the bell icon to stay up to date whenever I release any new walkthroughs, videos, contests, or anything like that. Give me a thumbs up, it always helps my channel out a lot. And remember, I always end my videos by saying, have fun, play hard, and remember people, the devil is in the details. Peace out.